The day the laughter changed. Her Amara hated market days, not because of the noise, not because of the heat, but because of the laughter. Her mother sold vegetables at the crowded open market in their small town. Every Saturday, Amara had to help after school. She would arrange tomatoes into neat pyramids while pretending not to see her classmates passing by. One afternoon, it happened. A black SUV stopped near the market. 3 girls from her class stepped out, dressed in neat clothes, laughing loudly. "Amara?" one of them said, shocked. "Oh, so this is where you disappear to after school?" Another added with a smirk. "I thought you said you were busy studying. You're busy selling pepper." They laughed. Not loud enough to attract the whole market, but loud enough to break something inside her. Amara smiled weakly and looked down. Her ears burned. Her hands trembled. For the first time in her life, she felt small. That evening at home, she cried. "I don't want to go back there," she told her mother. "I don't want them to see me like that." Her mother looked at her quietly and said something she would never forget. "People laugh when they don't understand the journey. Let them laugh. Use it." Amara didn't understand at first. Use it? Use pain? But that night, something shifted. Instead of crying herself to sleep, she opened her books. If they would laugh at her today, she decided, they would clap for her tomorrow. From that day, every insult became energy. When classmates whispered, she studied harder. When they mocked her worn-out shoes, she stayed up an extra hour revising. When they formed expensive study groups she couldn't join, she created her own. Alone. With borrowed textbooks and determination. It wasn't easy. There were nights she slept past midnight and still woke at 5 a.m. to help her mother prepare vegetables before school. There were days she felt tired, angry, frustrated. But every time she remembered their laughter, she felt a fire rise inside her. "Prove them wrong," the fire whispered. She stopped seeing the market as shame. She started seeing it as training. While others had comfort, she had hunger. And hunger is powerful. In her final year of secondary school, Amara failed her first mock exam. Failed. For a moment, doubt returned. What if they were right? What if I'm just a market girl? She went to the back of their house and cried quietly. But this time, something was different. She didn't cry for long. She wiped her tears and asked herself a new question. What did I do wrong? Instead of quitting, she changed her strategy. She met teachers after class. She practiced past questions daily. She timed herself during study sessions. She reduced distractions. She turned failure into feedback. And slowly, her scores began to rise. The day examination results were released, the same girls who once laughed were gathered around the notice board. Amara walked slowly, heart pounding. She scanned the list. Her name was at the top. Best graduating student. For a moment, everything went silent in her mind. Then she heard whispers again. But this time, it wasn't laughter. It was surprise. It was admiration. It was respect. The same girl who sold tomatoes in the market had outperformed everyone. A full academic scholarship followed. University followed. Years of discipline followed. 5 years later, Amara stood on a stage receiving an award for Young Entrepreneur of the Year. She had built a successful agricultural supply company, inspired by her mother's market work. Reporters asked her, "What motivated you?" She smiled and said, "Laughter." They looked confused. She continued, "The day people laughed at my struggle was the day I decided my struggle would not be my identity. It would be my fuel." Lesson. Pain can do one of two things: break you, build you. The difference is your response. When people mock you, use it. When life embarrasses you, use it. When you fail, use it. Let your pain push you. Let rejection refine you. Let humiliation humble and harden you, not into bitterness, but into determination. Because one day, the same thing they laughed at will become the foundation of your success. And when that day comes, you won't even be angry anymore. You'll just be grateful you didn't quit.